Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Charles. I want to welcome you guys to another episode of the Dreamerspro Show, where we cover everything from sports, hot topics, classic debates, entertainment, where we give you guys a fresh perspective on things and how we see them. And in today's episode, the topic is Stephen Curry wasting his prime years with the Golden State Warriors? So that's the topic I want to get into in today's video. But before we get into that, I want you guys to please make sure you go ahead and hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and hit the notification bell to be notified whenever we drop our content. Also, check out Dreamerspro Max as an online sports community that we created, a place where you can go and start basketball discussions, chat live during games, consume original content that you're not going to be able to get anywhere else, and so many other cool things. So if you guys are interested in that, be sure to check that out. We have that linked in the description below and get 7 days of access. And also make sure you go ahead and click the join button to join the channel, which is next to the subscribe button, to receive loyalty badges and to ensure that your comments are responded to whenever you leave them. So make sure you go ahead and join the channel. That's linked to the... That's next to the subscribe button there, so make sure you guys go ahead and do that. So let me get into this topic here. I don't think we've done a video all season long where we just focus on Stephen Curry and the Golden State Warriors. So I said, hey, this would be a good time, given the fact that he just came off a really great game last night, hitting 11 three-pointers. Making 11 three-point shots last night in that game. So the majority of us, I believe, in the NBA agree that Stephen Curry is the greatest shooter of all time, right? Or at least right up there, right? Given the fact that what this guy's done, I think a lot of us would kind of concede that point. Now, all time, Stephen Curry ranks number 2 all time in 3-point shots made behind Ray Allen, right? But bear in mind, Ray Allen already retired a long time ago, and Stephen Curry is still playing. Still a young guy, still playing. He is number 1 all time in NBA history in 3-point field goal percentage. He's shooting 43% for a career from the 3-point line. Just think about that. Stephen Curry is a 43% career 3-point shooter, right? And apart from being the greatest shooter from distance, I think this league has ever seen, and I think a lot of people have said that, he's also one of the greatest players of all time, right? Stephen Curry is not just this guy that can shoot threes from distance. He's a great basketball player. In his career, Stephen Curry is a 3-time NBA champion. He's a 2-time regular season MVP. And one of those MVPs, I think in 2016, he won them unanimously. There was no other player received another vote for regular season MVP. He received all of them. Unanimous MVP. I don't think that's ever happened before, right? He's a 7-time All-Star. He's been on 6 All-NBA teams. 6, right? So he's been, and also bear in mind, when Stephen Curry came into the NBA, he was injured in the beginning of his career. For the first few years of his career, he was injured. I think he was having some issues with his ankles. And I think that's one of the reasons they didn't give him a big contract early on, because they were kind of worried about his ankles. But he was able to, get himself together and really take care of his body and really show that he could be a durable player. And that's when he really started performing and excelling. And, and then ultimately he started getting those big contracts. We all know the contract that he got with Under Armour. People were making fun of his shoes or whatever it is. Right? He led the league in scoring also in the year 2016, and he led the league in steals in 2016. He's also led the league in steals. And in that same 2016, he was a part of the 50-40-90 club, shooting 50% from the field, 40% from the 3, and 90% from the free throw line. And I remember at that time, I think Skip Bayless was on ESPN First Take, and Skip Bayless said at the time that was the single greatest season by any individual player in the history of the NBA. That 2016 season, because that guy, now I think he won the scoring title. He led the league in steals. He had a 50-40-90 season. He was the unanimous MVP, and I think he won his NBA title that year, if I'm not mistaken. Let me just verify that for a second. And he won an NBA. No. Let me see. And he won. No, but he didn't win an NBA title that year. Okay, that was the only thing that was missing on his resume. Right now, I still think Jordan had the greatest season of all time, because in one year, Michael Jordan won the Olympic gold. He won the regular season MVP. I think he won the NBA title. He won the Finals MVP, and I think he won the Defensive Player of the Year. I'm not sure about the Defensive Player, but I know about all those other things are true, right? Because I remember the year Kobe won the gold medal, and he won the gold medal that year. He won the regular season MVP. And he didn't win the finals, and I remember them saying at the time that Jordan did that. Jordan did all of those things in one year. But nevertheless, that was an outstanding year for Stephen Curry, right? And he basically was the cornerstone of that Warriors dynasty, a dynasty that ultimately went on to win 3 NBA championships, I think in 5 years, right? He was a cornerstone of that dynasty, and that was a dynasty that was built through the draft, with the exception of them going out there recruiting Kevin Durant. But Draymond Green, Stephen Curry, Klay Thompson, that team was built through the draft. And if y'all remember, Mark Jackson was the guy that kind of built the foundation of that team as far as the defensive principles and all of that, right? Another thing worth noting about Stephen Curry is that he's the guy that made the three-point shot fashionable. Before Curry, nobody was stepping out there 20, 30 feet, 35 feet out there shooting threes. Nobody was doing that. After Curry, you see Trae Young. You see, what's his name, Damian Lillard. You see LeBron to some extent trying to take those long-distance threes. Now, I'm not really I think a lot of that is just for show. But at the same time, if you can hit it from that distance, you become more of a threat because you really stretch the defense. You force the defender to really pick you up really after half court. You become a threat. And there are very few players that can go out there and say that. He's one of those few players that I guess for him is a good shot. Now, let's talk about the Warriors as a team. Over the last 2 years, they haven't been successful, although they recently went to the NBA Finals not too long ago. But over the last 2 years, they've not been successful. A lot of that has to do with injuries, right? A lot of that has to do with injuries. Stephen Curry's been injured. Klay Thompson now is also injured, right? He's been injured. And even in the NBA Finals, when they made it to the NBA Finals, Klay Thompson was injured. Kevin Durant towards Achilles tendon, I think, in the Finals. I think it was in Game 6. So injuries have kind of held this team back from winning. But over the last 2 years, they've not been doing well. This season, the Golden State Warriors are currently the number 9 seed in the Western Conference as we speak. They're currently the number 9 seed in the Western Conference. And the question is it time for Curry to move on? Because I've heard some kind of rumors out there that possibly LeBron might be trying to recruit Stephen Curry to go play with the Lakers. Right? I've heard that argument before. Now, here one of the arguments for him to move on. The Western Conference is tough. Klay Thompson is not going to come back and be the same player that he was before, right? Draymond Green is aging. He's not going to be the Defensive Player of the Year or the Defensive Player of the Year candidate like he was in the past, right? So really, what do you have there, right? There's nothing really going on there. But it makes better sense for you to just go out there and leave and go to another team that has a better shot at winning the title. An argument for him to stay is that you can continue your legacy in Golden State, right? You can continue building your legacy. You're part of that dynasty. You're one of the reasons they have a dynasty. Also, you can be one of the few players that can say that they played their entire basketball career for the same organization. There are very few players in NBA history that can say that. Very, very few. You're looking at Dirk. You're looking at Kobe. That's about the only two guys I can think of right now offhand. I can't think of anybody else that played their entire career for one organization. It's very hard to find an NBA player that played their... Tim Duncan. Tim Duncan played his entire career with them. Not Manu Ginobili. No. Manu Ginobili, yes. I think Tony Parker, I think he ended up playing with the Hornets at one point. But there are very few players, so you can be in that group of players that just stay with the organization. Number two, another thing is you can keep adding to your legacy, right? You can keep adding to your legacy. And the question is there anything else for you to really do? Right? Is there anything else for you to really do? If you go out there, you go sign with another team, you win another championship. Let's say you go play with the Lakers, you win. Yeah, but you won, but you're not really adding to your legacy in any significant way, right? It's not going to be the same like what you did with the Warriors. Same thing I was saying yesterday. We were doing our live yesterday. We asked the question: if KD wins another championship this year, how far does it move him up in the all-time ranking? And guess what? A lot of people said the same. He's just going to stay in the same spot because going to a loaded team and trying to win there, it doesn't really help your legacy that much, right? It doesn't really. So for me, yes. Is he wasting his years in his prime years with the Warriors? It all depends on how you look at it. If you feel like he should give himself the best chance to go out there and win another title, then the answer is yes. But if you feel like, listen, man, you've already built a foundation for yourself in this place, why would you leave? Then the answer would be no, right? It all really depends on how you're looking at it. Because to me, I think his legacy is set. So for me, I think he should stay. Personally, I think he should stay. Him going to go sign with the Lakers or some other team, yeah, it'll be nice, it'll be exciting, but at the end, the question you really have to ask yourself is, would it be worth it? I remember Shaq saying at the end of his career, he was just ring chasing, and at a certain point, he started to look pathetic. That's what he said when he was going to go play with the Boston. He went to go play with this team. He said, I'll just ring chasing, and it was pathetic. So for me, I think he should stay, but it's up to you guys. So whatever you guys, the question is, do you think he should stay or he should leave and he's wasting his years? Do you think he's wasting his years with the Warriors, or do you think he should move on? Whatever you guys think, please leave your thoughts and comments in the comment section below. Again, if you enjoyed the video, be sure to make sure you go ahead and hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and hit the notification bell to be notified whenever we drop our content. Once again, this is Charles here from Dreamers Pro, wishing you guys an amazing day and catch you guys on the next episode.